Front matter preface, a welcome message, a personal note from the author, welcoming the reader to the journey of learning French, the philosophy of the book, an explanation of the encyclopedia and course-based approach, emphasizing comprehensive learning, cultural context, and building a strong foundation who this book is for, a description of the ideal learner, self-learners, classroom supplement, heritage speakers, etc., and the levels covered, A1 to B2/C1 of the CEFR, acknowledgements. Thanking contributors, editors, native speakers, and family. How to use this encyclopedia, navigating the structure, a guide to the 5 parts and how they build upon each other. Chapter layout explained, a breakdown of a typical chapter, including learning objectives, what you will be able to do by the end of the chapter, dialogue/text, an authentic sample to introduce the topic, grammar and vocabulary lessons, the core instructional content, cultural notes, les saviez-vous, insights into French speaking cultures, exercises, à vous, varied activities, fill in the blank, writing, comprehension, answer keys, located in the back of the book for self-assessment, tips for success, recommended study habits, the importance of consistent practice, using the audio components, and engaging with the cultural content, pronunciation guide, the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, for French. Why IPA, a brief explanation of why IPA is the most accurate tool for learning pronunciation, unlike unreliable English sound-alikes. Guide to IPA symbols, vowel sounds, a chart with IPA symbols, e.g., /y//u//// description of mouth shape, and example words, 2, ru, fu, consonant sounds, focusing on those different from English, e.g., the French // r, nasal consonants, nasal vowels, a dedicated section for // ven, // sans, // bon, and /oe/ on, key rules, a summary of vital pronunciation rules, final consonants, the general rule of silence, e.g., pa, tro, liaison and elision, when to connect words and when to drop vowels, l'amus vs l'ami, rhythm and intonation, the concept of syllabic timing and the rising intonation of questions. Map of the Francophone world, a full page, color map, highlighting countries and regions where French is an official or administrative language. Legends and callouts, primary language, countries where French is the sole official language, e.g., France, Monaco, co-official language, countries where French is one of several official languages, e.g., Canada, Switzerland, Belgium, Cameroon, administrative language, countries where it is widely used in government or education, e.g., Algeria, Morocco, Lebanon, cultural regions, highlighting key areas like Quebec, Acadia, Louisiana, and the Caribbean islands, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Haiti. Quick facts, a small table listing major Francophone countries, their capital and population. Chapter 1, providing the content and structure that would be found in each section. Part I, the foundations, les fondations, Chapter 1, Bienvenue. Welcome to French Learning Objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify key countries in the Francophone world, understand the value of learning French, recite the French alphabet and identify accent marks, recognize basic French pronunciation rules. 11 The Francophone world, ou parle-t en français? Beyond France, introduction to the concept of la francophonie as a global community, a world language, maps and statistics showing French as an official language in 29 countries across 5 continents. Spotlight regions, Europe, France, Monaco, Belgium, Switzerland, Luxembourg. North America, Canada, Quebec, New Brunswick, Ontario, Louisiana, USA, Africa, a major hub, e.g., Senegal, Ivory Coast, Democratic Republic of Congo, Cameroon, the Caribbean, Haiti, Martinique, Guadeloupe. Other, French Guyana, South America, Vanuatu, Oceania. Cultural note, French is a language of international diplomacy, being an official language of the UN, EU, IOC, and others. 12. Why learn French? Pourquoi apprendre le français? Professional advantages, career opportunities in international business, law, NGOs, aviation, and luxury goods. Travel and culture, enhancing travel experiences in France, Quebec, Belgium, Switzerland, and Africa. Gaining direct access to French art, cinema, literature, gastronomy, and fashion. Cognitive benefits, the mental exercise of learning a new language improves memory, problem-solving skills, and even delays the onset of dementia. A gateway language, French makes it easier to learn other Romance languages like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. 13. The French alphabet, l'alphabet, et accents. The 26 letters, presentation of the alphabet with pronunciation, e.g., a, b, b, c, c, etc., emphasis on letters that sound different from English, e.g., g, j, jg, w, w. Practice, a listen and repeat exercise. The accent marks, les diacritiques. Introduction to the 5 primary accents, their function, and examples. L'accent aigu, it, summer. Changes. Vowel sound. L'accent grave, e, a, u, frère, brother, ou, where. L'accent circonflexe, e, forêt, forest, often indicates a historical lost letter. Le trema, e, I know l, Christmas, means pronounce this vowel separately. La cédille, si français, French, makes the c soft s before a, o, u. 14 Basic pronunciation rules, voyelles, consonants, et liaison. The golden rule, French syllables flow together like water, not like separate pebbles as in English. Vowel sounds, introduction to pure vowel sounds. Key examples, uvsou, tu vs tout, e, le, e, it, e, pair. Consonants, the French are, the guttural / sound, practiced with words like rouge, red, and fromage, cheese. Final consonants, the general rule that final consonants, d, s, t, etc., are silent, petit, vous, grand. Notable exceptions, c, r, f, l, often pronounced, as in sac, mare, neuf, cell, liaison, linking the concept of pronouncing a normally silent final consonant before a word starting with a vowel sound. Mandatory, vous ____ you have, becomes vous avez. Forbidden, after a singular noun, chat adorable is not linked, optional, in some formal expressions. Practice, short audio exercises focusing on listening, discrimination and repetition of these rules. Chapter 1 Exercises, Abu. 1. Comprehension, match the country to its continent. 2. Writing, spell your name using the French alphabet. 3. Identification, identify the accent mark in given words and state its name. 4. Pronunciation, listen to a word and circle whether a final consonant is silent or pronounced. 5. Dialogue, listen to a simple greeting dialogue and identify key words. Chapter 2, building on the foundation of Chapter 1 and introducing essential communicative skills. Chapter 2, first words and greetings, les premiers mots et les salutations, learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to greet people and say goodbye in both formal and informal situations. Ask and answer the question how are you? Use key polite expressions correctly. Introduce yourself and ask for someone's name. Count from 0 to 20-21. Bonjour, au revoir, bonsoir, formal and informal greetings. The importance of greeting, in French culture, greeting someone, e.g., upon entering a shop, is mandatory and a sign of respect. Formal greetings, bonjour, good day / hello, used from morning until evening. Monsieur, sir, madam, ma'am, mademoiselle, miss, are often added for formality. Bonsoir, good evening, used from late afternoon / evening onwards. Au revoir, goodbye, the standard formal goodbye. Informal greetings, salad, hi, / bye, a very casual greeting used among friends. Ciao, bye, borrowed from Italian, used casually. Cultural note, the fair la bise, cheek kiss, is a common greeting among friends and family, but the number of kisses varies by region. 22 Comment CAVA, asking and answering how are you. Asking the question, formal, comment allez-vous? How are you? Informal, comment cava? /cava? How's it going? Answering the question, positive, très bien, merci, very well, thanks, /cava bien, it's going well, /je vais bien, I am well, neutral, cava, okay /so-so, negative, caneva pas, it's not going well, /je vais mal, I am not well. The conversational loop, the asker is expected to reciprocate the question, et-vous? And you? Formal, or et-toi? And you? Informal, 23 please, thank you, you're welcome, politesse, politeness, the magic words, emphasizing that these are non-negotiable in French conversation please, s'il vous plaît, formal, /silte plaît, informal, thank you, merci, thanks, /merci beaucoup, thank you very much, you're welcome, de rien, it's nothing, casual, /je vous en prie, formal, /jet en prie, informal, other key phrases, excusez-moi, excuse me, to get attention / apologize, pardon, sorry / pardon me, d'accord, okay / agreed, 24 introducing yourself, jem appel stating your name, jem appel, my name is, je suis, I am, more casual Monday prénom est, my first name is, asking for someone's name, formal, comment vous appelez-vous? Informal, comment tu t'appelles? What's your name, c'est quoi ton prénom? Very casual, pleased to meet you, enchanté, nice to meet you, add an e if the speaker is female, 25 numbers 0 to 20, les nombres de 0 à 20, presentation, a clear table with French spelling and approximate pronunciation key learning tips. The numbers 1 to 16 are unique and must be memorized. The numbers 17, 18, and 19 are literally 10-7, 10-8, 10-9, Dix September, Dix Hewitt, Dix Neuve, 20 is Vink pronunciation notes, the final consonants in sync, 6, Hewitt, Dix are often silent when alone, but pronounced before a word starting with a vowel, a form of liaison, e.g., Dix euros, Dix euro, the final Q in sync is always pronounced uses, phone numbers, ages, quantities, and prices. Chapter 2 Exercises, Abu. 1 Matching, match French greetings to their English equivalents and formality. Level 2 Dialogue completion, fill in the blanks of a short conversation with the correct greetings and polite expressions. 3 Role play, write and practice a simple dialogue where you meet someone for the first time, greet them, ask their name, ask how they are, and say goodbye. For listening comprehension, listen to a speaker state a number and circle the correct digit. 5 Writing, write out the numbers 0 to 20 in words. Solve simple math problems in French, e.g., 3 plus Dix equals. Chapter 3, where the building blocks of grammar are introduced to form complete, meaningful sentences. Chapter 3, building your first sentences. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to choose correctly between tu and vous in any social context, conjugate, and use the essential verbs être, to be, and avoir, to have, differentiate between the structures say and ilest, use definite and indefinite articles correctly with nouns. Count from 21 to 100-31. Tu vs vous, the foundation of formality, the core concept. This is one of the most important social distinctions in French. Use to, you, informal, when speaking to one friend, family member, child, or peer in informal settings among people of the same age. Use vous, you, formal / plural, when speaking to someone you don't know, strangers, shopkeepers, showing respect or maintaining distance, elderly people, superiors, clients, addressing more than one person, regardless of familiarity, e.g., a group of friends equals vous. Switching, the switch from vous to tutoiement, is a sign of a growing friendship and is typically offered by the older person or person of authority on put se tutor, means can we use to with each other. 32 The verbs être, to be, and avoir, to have, in the present tense introduction, these are the two most important and irregular verbs in French. They must be memorized. Être, to be je suis, to es, il/l/on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils/l sont uses, nationality, je suis Canadien, profession, tu es médecin, origin, ilest de Paris, description with adjectives, lest intelligent, avoir, to have jai, to as, il/l/on a, nous savons, vous avez, ils/ls ont uses, possession, jai. Unlever, age, jai 30 ans, expressions, avoir fame, to be hungry, avoir raison, to be right, 33 Say vsilest, key differences. A common challenge, this is a classic difficulty for learners. The choice depends on what follows. Use say, it is / this is / that is / he is, for, a person identified by their article and noun, say un professeur, he is a teacher, / say un ami, she is a friend, a thing identified by its article and noun, say un livre, it is a book, / say un bonite, that's a good idea, a stressed pronoun, say moi, it's me. Use ilest/lest, he is / she is / it is, for, an adjective alone, ilest intelligent, he is smart, / lest contente, she is happy, a profession without an article, ilest professeur, he is a teacher, / lest médecin, she is a doctor, origin, religion, or material, ilest français, he is French, / say un table lest and bois, it's a table, it is made of wood. 34 Introduction to articles, le, la, les, the, and on, de, a / and / some, gender and number, articles must agree in gender, masculine / feminine, and number, singular / plural, with the noun they modify definite articles, the used for specific nouns or general concepts. Masculine singular, le livre, the book, feminine singular, la table, the table, before a vowel sound, el ami / l'école, the friend / the school, masculine or feminine, plural, les livres / les tables, the books / the tables, indefinite articles, a / and / some used for non-specific or countable nouns. Masculine singular, un livre, a book, feminine singular, un table, a table, plural, des livres / des tables, some books / some tables. 35 Numbers 21 to 100 The pattern, 21 to 60, the number 20, 20, followed by a hyphen and the smaller number, 21, 21, 22, 22, 30, 30, 31, 31, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, the unique 70s, 80s, 90s, 70, 70, 60 to 10, 71, 71, 60 and 11, 80, 80, 4 to 20s, 81, 81, 4-20-1, Vink loses the S here 90, 90. April 20th, 10, 91, ons, April 20th, 11, 100, sent Chapter 3 Exercises, Abu. 1-2 Ouvu, read short descriptions of people and decide whether to address them with tu or vous. 2 Conjugation drill, fill in the blank exercises to conjugate être and avoir. 3 Say vsilest, complete sentences by choosing the correct phrase. 4 Article agreement, provide the correct definite, le, la, el, le, and indefinite, on, de, article for a list of nouns. 5 Number practice, write out numbers in words, e.g., 45, 45, listen to math problems and write the answer in digits, 30 plus quins equals. Chapter 4-Part 2, Grammar in Action, La Grammaire en Action, Chapter 4, Nouns and Articles. Learning objectives, By the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand the concept of grammatical gender and identify common gender patterns, make adjectives agree with the nouns they describe in both gender and number, form the plural of nouns and adjectives, including common exceptions, choose correctly between definite, le, indefinite, un, and partitive, do, articles. 41 Understanding gender, masculine vs feminine nouns. The concept, explanation that in French, every noun has a grammatical gender, masculine or feminine, which often has nothing to do with the actual gender of the object. This is a fundamental classification system that affects other words in the sentence. No neutral gender. Unlike some languages, there is no it, everything is either il, he/it, or l, she/it. The importance, gender determines the form of articles, le/la, adjectives, petit/petite, and pronouns, il/l. It is not optional strategy. The best way to learn a noun is to learn its article, le/la, along with the word itself. 42 Common gender patterns and endings. Masculine noun endings, common patterns: age, le fromage, cheese, le voyage, trip, meant, le government, government, le medicament, medicine, war, isma, o, le mirror, mirror, le tourism, tourism, le chateau, castle. Consonant endings, most, le chat, cat, le lever, book. Feminine noun endings, common patterns: shin, Zion, la nation, nation, la television, television, your, you'd, aid, la culture, culture, el habitude, habit, la promenade, walk, ear, la journée, day, la lumière, light, yeux, ins, ants, la danseuse, dancer, la patience, patience. Important note, there are many exceptions, e.g., la page, la plage, le silence, which is why learning le/la with the noun is crucial. 43 Introduction to adjectives, agreement in gender and number. The rule, adjectives must agree with the noun they describe. This means their spelling changes to match the noun's gender, masculine/feminine, and number, singular/plural, forming the feminine, adi, petit, petite, small, grand, grande, tall, double consonant plus e, ancien, ancienne, old, bon, bone, good, change er to air, share, share, expensive, change x to se, aru, arius, happy, irregular, blanc, blanche, white, favori, favorite, favorite, position. Most adjectives come after the noun, un. Voiture rouge, a red car. Key exceptions, bangs. Adjectives come before, beauty, beau, age, jeune, number, premier, goodness, bon, size, grand. 44 Plural forms of nouns and adjectives. The basic rule, add s to the singular form: le livre, les livres, books, la table, les tables, tables, petit, petits, masc pl, petite, petites, femme pl. Common exceptions, nouns ending in s, x, z, do not change in the plural: le bras, les bras, arms, la voix, les voix, voices. Nouns ending in o, eu, o, add x: le chateau, les chateaux, castles. Nouns ending in al, change to auxiliary: le journal, les journaux, newspapers. Adjectives follow similar rules for forming their plural forms. 45 Definite, indefinite, and partitive articles, do, de la, de el, de, review, definite, le, la, el, les equals the, and indefinite, on, de equals a/in/some, introducing the partitive article, used to express an unspecified quantity of something, often translating to some or any. It's for things you can't count, like liquids, grains, abstract concepts. Forms of the partitive, masculine singular, du pain, some bread, feminine singular, de la confiture, some jam, before a vowel sound, de l'eau, some water, plural, des légumes, some vegetables. This form is identical to the indefinite article plural. The key difference, je mange un gâteau, I am eating a cake, a whole, countable cake. Je mange du gâteau, I am eating some cake, AP/slice of cake. Chapter 4 Exercises, Abu. 1. Gender identification. A list of new nouns. Students must write le or la before them and identify the ending pattern. 2. Adjective agreement. A table to fill in. Provide the masculine singular form of an adjective and then write the feminine singular, masculine plural, and feminine plural forms. 3. Plurals. Convert a list of singular nouns and adjectives to their plural forms, noting the exceptions for article selection. Complete sentences by choosing the correct article, definite, indefinite, or partitive, based on the context. E.g., je voudrais ____ I would like some milk, vs j'écoute ____ livre, I'm buying a book. 5. Translation. Translate short sentences from English to French, focusing on correct article and adjective agreement. E.g., she has long hair and blue eyes, elle a les cheveux longs et les yeux bleus. Chapter 5, The Power of Verbs. Present tense, le present de l'indicatif, learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify the 3 main groups of French verbs. Conjugate regular verbs from the er, ir, and re groups in the present tense. Conjugate key irregular verbs essential for everyday communication. Understand, conjugate, and use reflexive verbs correctly. 51 The 3 main verb groups, er, ir, re. The classification system. Introduction to the concept of verb groups based on their infinitive endings. The system helps predict conjugation patterns. Er verbs. First group, the largest and most regular group. Examples: parlor, to speak; manger, to eat; amateur, to like/love, often called the first group. Ir verbs. Second group, these are regular verbs that have a specific pattern. Examples: finir, to finish; choisir, to choose; réussir, to succeed. Re-verbs. Third group, the smallest group, containing many irregular verbs, but with a subset of regular verbs. Examples of regular: attendre, to wait; répondre, to answer; vendre, to sell. The true third group. Explanation that the third group is a catch-all for all irregular verbs, including irregular ir verbs, partir, sortir, oir verbs, devoir, pouvoir, and others, être, avoir, faire, aller. 52 Conjugating regular er verbs. Parlor, manger, donner. The pattern: remove the er ending and add the following endings: es, ons, easy. And conjugation of parlor: to speak je parle, tu parles, il/l/on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, ils/ls parlant. Spelling changes and exceptions. Manger verbs ending in ger, add an e after the g in the nous form to retain the soft zh sound. Nous mangions, we eat. Verbs ending in ser, change c to c in the nous form to retain the soft s sound. Nous commençons, we begin. Pronunciation note: the final end in the ils/ls form is always silent. 53 Conjugating regular ir and re verbs. Finir, attendre, regular ir verbs, like finir, remove the ir ending and add is, it, isons, ise, isent. Je finis, tu finis, il/l/on finit, nous finis sons, vous finissez, ils/ls. Finissent regular re-verbs, like attendre, remove the re-ending and add s, ons, easy, and j attends, tu attends, il/l/on attend, nous attendons, vous attendez, ils/ls attendant. Note: the third person singular, il/l/on, has no ending. 54 Essential irregular verbs. Aller, faire, dire, voir, pouvoir, vouloir. Introduction: these verbs are extremely common and must be memorized. Their conjugations do not follow the standard patterns. The big four and more: aller, to go; je, vas, tu vas; ilva, nous allons, vous allez; ils vont. Critical for the near future tense: je vais manger, faire, to do/make; je fais, tu fais, il fait, nous faisons, vous faites, ils font used in countless expressions, faire du sport, faire beau, pouvoir, to be able to / can je per, tu per, il put, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent vouloir, to want je ver, tu ver, il veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, ils voulent essential for polite requests, je voudrais, I would like, dire, to. Say / tell je dis, tu dis, il did, nous disons, vous dites, ils disent voir, to see je voice, tu vois, il voit, nous voyons, vous voyez, ils voyent. 55 Reflexive verbs, les verbes pronominaux se lever, s have iller. The concept, actions performed on oneself. The verb reflects back to the subject structure, composed of a reflexive pronoun and the verb. The reflexive pronouns, je me leave, I get up, tu te leaves, you get up, il / on se leave, he / she / one gets up, nous levons, we get up, vous levez, you get up, ils / els se levant, they get up, uses, literal reflexive actions, se laver, to wash oneself, se brosser les dents, to brush one's teeth, reciprocal actions, ilsse parlant, they are talking to each other, idiomatic expressions, s amuser, to have fun, se tromper, to be mistaken, placement, in affirmative statements, the pronoun is placed before the conjugated verb in the negative, it surrounds the conjugated verb, jene me leave pa. Chapter 5 Exercises, abu. 1 Conjugation drills, conjugate a mix of regular ir, and reverbs in full. 2 Fill in the blank, sentences requiring the correct present tense form of a given regular verb. 3 Irregular verb mastery, a table to complete with the missing conjugations for aller, faire, pouvoir, and vouloir. 4 Reflexive routine, write a short paragraph describing your morning routine using at least 5 different reflexive verbs. 5 Translation, translate sentences that combine all elements of the chapter, e.g., we want to go out, but we have to finish our work first, nous voulons sortir, mais nous devons finir notre travail d'abord. Chapter 6, Asking questions and describing things. Learning objectives, by the end of this chapter, you will be able to formulate questions using 3 different methods. Use interrogative words to ask for specific information. Point out objects and people using demonstrative adjectives. Express possession using possessive adjectives. Compare people, places, and things using comparative and superlative structures. 61 Question formats, ESTCEK, inversion and intonation. 1 Intonation, L intonation. The simplest method. Use a declarative sentence and raise your voice at the end. This is very common in spoken, informal French. 2 Parles anglais? You speak English. 2 ESTCEK, is it that? A very common and neutral way to form a question. Place ESTCEK at the beginning of a statement. ESTCEK. 2 Parles anglais? Do you speak English? Elision, ESTCE il arrive? Is he arriving? 3 Inversion, L inversion. The most formal method. Invert the order of the subject pronoun and the verb, connecting them with a hyphen. Parles tu anglais? Do you speak English? With a noun, for a noun subject, the noun stays first, and the corresponding pronoun is added after the verb. Pierre parle-t-il anglais? Does Pierre speak English? 62 Question words, qui, que, quoi, ou, quant, comment, pourquoi, combien. And these words are placed at the beginning of a question, combined with the formats above. Qui? Who / whom, qui estce. Who is it, / avec qui parles tu? With whom are you speaking? Que / tu estcek? What, que fais tu, / tu estcek tu fais? What are you doing? Quoi? What, used after a preposition or often on its own in casual speech. 2 Manges quoi? You're eating what, / de quoi parles tu? What are you talking about? Ou. Where, ouest la gare? Where is the train station? Quand? When, quand arrives tu? When do you arrive? Comment. How? Comment CAVA. How are you? Pourquoi? Why? Pourquoi étudies-tu le français? Why are you studying French? Combien? How much, / how many, combien ça coûte? How much does it cost, / combien de livres? How many books? 63 demonstrative adjectives, ce, set, ces, this / that / these / those, function, used to point out a specific noun, this book, that car, they must agree in gender and number with the noun they modify forms, masculine singular, ce lever, this / that book, masculine singular before vowel sound, set ami, this / that friend, feminine singular, set table, this / that table, plural, ces livres / ces tables, these / those books / tables. Note, French does not distinguish between this and that in the adjective itself context or adding ci, here, or la, there, clarifies, ce livre ci, this book here, set ami la, that friend there, 64 possessive adjectives, Monday, ma, mes, my, ton, ta, tes, your, etc. function, indicate to whom or what something belongs, my, your, his, her, our, their, they agree with the noun being owned, not the owner. The table of possessive adjectives, English mask singular before vowel fem singular plural, all, dash 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 dash. My Monday Monday, ami, ma mes your, 2, ton ton, ami, ta tes his / her / its son son, ami, sasesr notre 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 nos your, vous, votre 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 vos their lurs. Examples, Monday pair, my father, ma mère, my mother, mes frères, my brothers, il perd son stylo, he is losing his pen, elle perd son stylo, she is losing her pen. 65 comparatives and superlatives, plusk, moinsk, ausic comparatives, used to compare two things. Superiority, plus and adjective / adverb and k, more than, ilest plus grand k moi, he is taller than me. Inferiority, moins and adjective / adverb and k, less than, ce film est moins intéressant que le livre, this film is less interesting than the book. Equality, aussi and adjective / adverb and k, as, lest aussi intelligent que toi, she is as intelligent as you. Superlatives, used to say the most / least, the est, le / la / lay and plus or moins and adjective say la plus belle. Ville, it's the most beautiful city, say le moins cher, it's the least expensive. Irregulars, bon, good, miler, better, le / la miler, the best, mauvais, bad, pire / plus mauvais, worse, le / la pire, the worst. Chapter 6 Exercises, à vous. 1. Question formation, provide a statement and have students form a question using all three methods, intonation, ASTCEK, inversion. 2. Interrogative words, fill in the blank exercise where students choose the correct question word for a given answer. 3. This or that, complete sentences with the correct form of a demonstrative adjective, ce, set, ces. 4. Who does it belong to, a family tree scenario where students must write sentences using possessive adjectives to describe relationships. 5. Making comparisons, write sentences comparing two famous cities or people using comparative structures, and then state which one is the best or oldest using the superlative. Chapter 7, talking about the past, le passé, learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand the difference between the two main past tenses. Conjugate verbs in the passé compose using both auxiliary verbs. Identify which verbs use être and memorize them using a mnemonic device. Apply the rules of past participle agreement. Conjugate verbs in the imperfect and understand its primary uses. 71 Le passé compose, the most common past tense function. The passé compose is the most common past tense. It is used to describe completed, single, or sequential actions in the past. It corresponds to the English simple past, I ate, or present perfect, I have eaten. Structure, it is a compound tense, formed with an auxiliary verb, avoir or être, in the present tense and the past participle of the main verb. Key concept, the choice of auxiliary verb, avoir or être, is crucial and determines agreement. Rule 72. Formation with avoir and être, the two auxiliaries. 1. The majority of verbs, use avoir formula, subject and avoir, conjugated, plus past participle. Example, J'ai mange une pomme, I ate an apple. Example, nous avons fini notre travail, we finished our work. 2. A select group of verbs, use être formula, subject plus être, conjugated, plus past participle. Example, ilest entré. Dans la maison, he entered the house. Example, elles sont arrives à midi, they, arrived at noon. 73. The list of être verbs, drive and mrs Vandertramp, the mnemonic device, to remember the core verbs that use être. Students learn the acronym drive and mrs Vandertramp. Each letter represents the past participle of a verb. The list, devenir, to become, devenir revenir, to come back, revenir monter, to go up, monter rester, to stay, rest sortir, to go out, sortir venir, to come. Venu aller, to go, alla naître, to be born, ne descendre, to go down, descendu entrer, to enter, entrer rentrer, to return home, renter tumor, to fall, tum retourner, to return, return arriver, to arrive, arrive mourir, to die, mort partir, to leave. Party. Key insight, most of these verbs involve a change of state or movement. 74. Agreement of past participles. Rule 1, with être, the past participle agrees in gender and number with the subject. Ilest allait, he went. Masculine singular lest allait, she went. Feminine singular, ad eils sunt als, they, m/mixed, went. Masculine plural, ad sl sunt allies, they, went. Feminine plural, ad es. Rule 2, with avoir, the past participle does not agree with the subject. However, it agrees with any preceding direct object. Jailu les livres, I read the books. Livres is after the participle, so no agreement. Les livres que jailis, the books that I read. Que is a direct object pronoun, replacing livres, masc pl, and it is placed before the verb, so the participle agrees. La 75. Introduction to l'imparfait, describing ongoing past actions. Function, the imparfait is used to describe ongoing, habitual, or incomplete actions in the past. It sets the scene, describes background details, and tells what was happening or used to happen. Formation, 1. Take the nous form of the present tense verb, e.g., nous parlons, nous finus sons, nous avons. 2. Remove the ons ending to find the root. Parle, finis, av. 3. Add the imparfait endings, ace, ate, ions, is, aint. Je parlais, I was speaking / I used to speak, nous avions, we had / we used to have. The only exception, être uses the stem et dash, j'étais, tu étais, il était, nous étions, vous étiez, ils étaient. When to use imparfait vs passé compose, imparfait, description, habit, ongoing action, time, age, feeling, weather, was underscoring, used to, passé compose, specific, completed action, event, something that interrupted an ongoing action. Chapter 7. Exercises, Avu. 1. Auxiliary choice, a list of verbs. Students must decide whether they take avoir or être in the passé compose. 2. Conjugation practice, conjugate a mix of avoir and être verbs in the passé compose. 3. Agreement drill, sentences with être verbs and preceding direct objects with avoir where students must make the past participle agree correctly. 4. Imparfait formation, conjugate regular and irregular verbs in the imparfait. 5. Tense selection, a short narrative text with blanks. Students must choose between the passé compose and the imparfait based on the context of the sentence. Chapter 8, talking about the future and conditional, Le futur et conditional, learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to conjugate verbs into the future simple tense, including common irregular stems. Choose appropriately between the future simple and future proche to express future events. Form the conditional present to make polite requests and express hypothetical situations. Construct if-then sentences, SI clauses, using the correct sequence of tenses. 81 Le future simple, conjugation and use function. The future simple is used to express a future action that is more distant or uncertain than the future proche. It is common in formal writing, journalism, and for events that will happen in the more abstract future, e.g., next year, someday. Formation: 1. Start with the verb's infinitive form. 2. Add the following endings: ai, as, a, ons, easy, ont parlor, to speak. Je parlera. 2. Parleras, il/el parlera, nous parlerons, vous parlerez, ils/els parleront. Irregular stems. Several important verbs have irregular stems in the future simple, but they all take the regular endings être, ser, je serai, I will be, avoir, or, j'aurai, I will have, aller, ir, j'irai, I will go, faire, faire, je ferai, I will do/make, venir, viendre, je viendrai, I will come, pouvoir, pour, je pourrai, I will be able to, vouloir, vaudre, je vaudrai, I will want, voir, ver, je verrai, I will see, envoyer, enver, je enverrai, I will send, devoir, devre, je devrai, I will have to. 82 Le futur proche, the immediate future, aller and infinitive, function. The futur proche is used to express an action that is going to happen in the immediate or near future. It emphasizes intention or certainty. It is the most common way to express the future in spoken French. Formation: conjugate the verb aller, to go, in the present tense and the infinitive of the main verb. Je vais parler, I am going to speak. Tu vas finir, you are going to finish. Ils vont partir, they are going to leave. Futur proche vs futur simple. The key difference is proximity and certainty. Futur proche, for plans and certain events in the near future. Ce soir, je vais regarder un film, tonight, I'm going to watch a movie. Futur simple, for predictions or events in the more distant future. Un jour, je habiterai en France, someday, I will live in France. 83 Le conditional present, making polite requests and would function. 1. Politeness: it softens requests and statements, making them less direct. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît, I would like a coffee, please, softer than je pourrais vous m'aider? Could you help me? Softer than pouvez-vous? Function 2. Hypothesis: it expresses what would happen under certain conditions, often in a si clause. J'irais au parc s'il faisait beau, I would go to the park if the weather were nice. Formation: the stem is the same as the future simple stem, including all irregulars. The endings are the same as the imperfect: ace, ace, eight, ions, is, aint, parlor, je parlerais, tu parlerais, il parlerait, nous parlerions, vous parleriez, ils parleriont être, je serais, I would be, avoir. J'aurais, I would have. 84 Si clauses. If-then construction structure: these sentences have two parts, the Si clause, the condition, and the main clause, the result. The three main types: 1. Realistic/likely, Si and present future/future proche/imperatif, Sil fait beau demain, nous irons à la plage, if the weather is nice tomorrow, we will go to the beach. 2. Unreal/hypothetical, present, Si and imperfect conditional present, Si j'avais plus d'argent, je voyagerais autour du monde, if I had more money, I would travel around the world, but I don't have the money now. 3. Unreal/hypothetical, past, Si and plus qu'imparfait conditional passé, Si j'avais étudié, j'aurais réussi à l'examen, if I had studied, I would have passed the exam, but I didn't study, so I failed. Crucial rule: in French, You can never use the conditional tense in the SI clause. The SI clause is always followed by a present, imperfect, or pluperfect tense. Chapter 8 Exercises, Abu. 1 Conjugation Drill. Conjugate a list of regular and irregular verbs in the future simple. 2 Tense selection. Choose between the future proche and future simple to complete sentences based on context, e.g., a plan for tonight vs a prediction about the year 2050. 3 Politeness practice. Rewrite direct commands and statements into more polite forms using the conditional for SI clause completion. Complete SI clause sentences with the correct verb tense in the main clause, e.g., sijaile temps. Students provide a verb in the future simple. 5 Scenario writing. Write a short paragraph about a hypothetical dream vacation using SI clauses and the conditional, e.g., sije gagneus à la latiri, j'accueillerais une maison en Provence. Part 3, Expanding Your Vocabulary, Élargir son vocabulaire. Chapter 9, Everyday Life, La vie quotidienne, Learning Objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify members of the family and describe relationships, tell time, discuss days of the week, months, and dates, name common rooms in a house and household objects, describe your daily routine using reflexive and common verbs, talk about clothing, accessories, and styles. 91 The family, la famille. Core vocabulary, immediate family, les parents, parents, la mère, mother, le père, father, la femme, wife, le mari, husband, la sœur, sister, le frère, brother, le fils, son, la fille, daughter. Extended family, les grandparents, grandparents, la grand-mère, grandmother, le grand-père, grandfather, les petits enfants, grandchildren, la tante, aunt, l'oncle, uncle, les cousins, cousins. Possessive adjectives in context. Practice describing family relationships using Monday, ma, mes. Cultural note, the importance of family in French culture and typical family structures. 92 Telling time and the date, l'heure et la date. Telling time, formal, 24-hour clock, ilest 15 heures, it is 3 p.m., informal, 12-hour clock, ilest 3 heures de l'après-midi. Key terms, et quart, quarter past, et demi, half past, moins le quart, quarter to. Days and months, lundi, mardi, mercredi/janvier, février, mars. Expressing the date, the format is le and number and month, e.g., le 14 juillet. Learn the ordinal numbers for the first of the month, le premier mai. 93 At home, furniture and rooms, les meubles et les pieces, rooms of the house, la maison, house, l'appartement, apartment, la cuisine, kitchen, le salon, living room, la salle à manger, dining room, la chamber, bedroom, la salle de bains, bathroom, le bureau, office. Furniture and objects, la table, table, la chaise, chair, le lit, bed, le canopy, couch, le frigo, fridge, le four, oven. Prepositions of place, dans, in, sur, on, sous, under, devant, in front of, derrière, behind, to describe where things are. 94 Daily routines, la routine quotidienne. Reflexive verbs review. This topic heavily integrates reflexive verbs from chapter 55. Se réveiller, to wake up, se lever, to get up, se doucher, to shower, se brosser les dents, to brush one's teeth, se habiller, to get dressed, se coucher, to go to bed. Other routine verbs, prendre le petit déjeuner, to have breakfast, aller au travail, to go to work, rentrer à la maison, to return home, diner, to have dinner. Sequencing, using adverbs like d'abord, first, puis, then, ensuite, next, enfin, finally, to describe a routine. 95 Clothing and fashion, les vêtements. Basic clothing items, le pantalon, pants, le jean, jeans, la jupe, skirt, la robe, dress, la chemise, shirt, le t-shirt, t-shirt, le pull, sweater, les chaussures, shoes, les chaussettes, socks, accessories, le manteau, coat, l'écharpe, scarf, le sac, bag, les bijoux, jewelry, adjectives and patterns, ray, striped, appoise, polka-dotted, and queer, leather, cord, short, long, Sarah, tight, large, loose, verb porter, to wear / to carry port on robe bluey, I am wearing a blue dress, cultural note, the concept of la mode. Fashion, in France and the idea of a tenue correct, appropriate attire, Chapter 9 Exercises, Abu. 1 Family tree, label a family tree diagram in French and write sentences describing relationships, e.g., Voici Monday Uncle Jean sa femme s'appelle Marie. 2 Schedule making, write out your daily schedule in French, stating what time you do certain activities. 3 Describe your home, write a paragraph describing your home, its rooms, and what is in them using prepositions of place. 4 Routine comic strip, draw a simple comic strip of your morning or evening routine and label each action in French. 5 What are they wearing? Describe the clothing of people in photographs or of your classmates, focusing on color, style, and adjective agreement. Chapter 10, Food and Drink, La nourriture et les boissons, Learning Objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify a wide variety of food items and ingredients, confidently order food and drinks in a cafe or restaurant, recognize and describe classic French dishes, understand and use common cooking verbs, and follow a simple recipe in French. 101 At the market, fruits, legumes, meat, fish. Core vocabulary, fruits, un pomme, apple, un poire, pear, un petit, peach, des raisins, grapes, un banane, banana, des fraises, strawberries, un citron, lemon, legumes, vegetables, un carotte, carrot, un tomate, tomato, des haricots verts, green beans, des pommes de terre, potatoes, un oignon, onion, de l'ail, garlic, un salade, lettuce, meat and fish, du poulet, chicken, du bœuf, beef, du pork, pork, du jambon, ham, du saumon, salmon, du thon, tuna, des crevettes, shrimp. Market phrases, je voudrais, I would like, c'est combien? /c'est coûte combien? How much is it? Donnez-moi, give me, un kilo de, a kilo of, un douzaine de, a dozen. Cultural note, the importance of le marche in French daily life for fresh, local produce. 102 At the cafe and restaurant, ordering food. Key personnel and places, le server / la serveuse, waiter / waitress, le restaurant, le cafe, la brasserie, la terrasse, outdoor seating, the menu, la carte, the menu, le plat du jour, daily special, l'addition, the bill, le pourboire, tip, stages of a meal, un entrée, appetizer / starter, le plat principal, main course, le fromage, cheese course, le dessert, dessert. Essential phrases, un table pour deux, s'il vous plaît, a table for two, please, est-ce que vous recommandez? What do you recommend? Je prends, I'll have, l'addition, s'il vous plaît, the check, please. 103 French cuisine, classic dishes and regional specialties. Classic bistro dishes, le coq au vin, chicken in red wine, le bœuf bourguignon, beef stew from Burgundy, la quiche Lorraine, savory egg and bacon tart, les crêpes, thin pancakes, sweet or savory. Regional specialties, Provence, la ratatouille, vegetable stew, la bouillabaisse, fish stew, Alsace, la choucroute, sauerkraut with meats, Savoy, la fondue savoyard, cheese fondue, la tartiflette, potato, bacon and cheese dish, bread and pastries, la baguette, le croissant, le pain au chocolat, la tarte tatin, upside down apple tart, 104 Recipes and cooking verbs, preparer, to prepare, coeur, to cut, éplucher, to peel, mélanger, to mix, battre, to beat, faire cuire, to cook, cuire au four, to bake, verser, to pour, recipe instructions, d'abord, first, ensuite, next, pousse, then, ajoutez, add, laissez cuire pendant 20 minutes, let it cook. For 20 minutes, example, follow a simple recipe for un omelette or un salade, identifying the verbs and imperative forms used. Chapter 10 Exercises, à vous. 1. Shopping list. Write a shopping list in French for a specific recipe you want to make. 2. Role play. Create and perform a dialogue between a server and a customer in a restaurant, including ordering food and asking for the bill. 3. Dish description. Choose a classic French dish, research it, and write a short paragraph describing its ingredients and origin. 4. Recipe conversion. Take a simple recipe in your native language and translate the instructions into French, using the cooking verbs learned. 5. Cultural comparison. Write a short paragraph comparing typical eating habits or meal structures in your culture versus in France. Chapter 11, The City and Travel, La Ville et les Voyages, Learning Objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to navigate a city by naming key buildings and places, ask for, understand, and give directions. Use vocabulary related to different modes of transportation. Handle basic interactions at a hotel, from booking to checkout. Communicate essential information in an emergency situation. 111 In the city, buildings and places, les bâtiments et les endroits, core vocabulary, key locations, la mairie, town hall, la poste, post office, la bibliothèque, library, el hôpital, hospital, la banque, bank, le commissariat, police station, la gare, train station, commerce and leisure, le magasin, shop, le supermarché, supermarket, la boulangerie, bakery, la pharmacie, pharmacy, le cinema, le theater, le musée, le parc, le stade, stadium. City features, le pont, bridge, la rue, street, l'avenue, avenue, le boulevard, la place, square, le feu tricolore, traffic light. Cultural note, the concept of the centre-ville, downtown/city center, as the historic and commercial heart of a French city. 112 Asking for and giving directions. Asking for help. Excusez-moi, pourriez-vous m'aider? Excuse me, could you help me? Je suis perdu, I am lost, vous trouvez la gare, s'il vous plaît? Where is the train station, please? Comment puis-je aller à el Hotel de Ville? How can I get to the town hall? Key direction verbs and prepositions, aller tout droit, go straight, tourner à gauche/droite, turn left/right, en face de, across from, à côté de, next to, entre, between, derrière, behind, devant, in front of, au coin de, on the corner of, près de, near, loin de, far from. Giving directions. Practice simple dialogues à l'aise tout droit, pousse tourner à gauche au fil la poste est en face du parc. 113 Transportation, le transport, train, plane, metro, car. General vocabulary, le voyage, trip, le billet, ticket, l'aller simple, one-way ticket, l'aller retour, round-trip ticket, lek, platform, le depart, departure, l'arrivée, arrival, by train/air, letgv, high-speed train, l'aéroport, airport, l'enregistrement, check-in, la porte d'embarquement, boarding gate, le vol, flight, by public transport, le metro, le bus, l'arrêt de bus, bus stop, la station de metro, la carte de transport, transportation card, by car, la voiture, car, la station service, gas station. Fare le plein, to fill up the tank, le pig, toll, unplaced parking, parking spot, renting a car, louer une voiture, to rent a car, un assurance, insurance, le permis de conduire, driver's license, 114 at the hotel, reserver un chamber booking a room, je voudrais réserver un chamber, I would like to book a room, un chamber simple/double, a single/double room, un chamber avec un vue sur la mer, a room with a sea view, pour number nuits, for number nights, check-in/check-out. Jai un réservation au nom de, I have a reservation under the name of, avez-vous une pièce d'identité? Do you have an ID? À quelle heure est le petit déjeuner? What time is breakfast? Je régler la note/je voudrais payer, I would like to pay the bill, hotel services and features, la reception, front desk, la clé, key, la carte clé, key card, le service and chamber, room service, la piscine, pool, le Wi-Fi 115, dealing with emergencies key people and places, un médecin, a doctor, les urgences, the emergency room, la police, les pompiers, firefighters, asking for help, au secours. Help. Appelez la police/un médecin/un ambulance. Call the police/a doctor/an ambulance. Explaining the problem, j'ai besoin d'aide, I need help, je ne me sens pas bien, I don't feel well, je suis malade, I am sick, j'ai perdu mon passeport, I lost my passport, on ma vol mon portefeuille, my wallet was stolen, describing symptoms, j'ai mal à la tête/au ventre, I have a headache/stomachache, je suis allergique à, I am allergic to, Chapter 11 Exercises, à vous. 1 City Map Activity, label a map of a fictional French city with the vocabulary from 111 to Direction Dialogue, write a script where a tourist asks for directions from the train station to a museum, and a local responds. 3 Transportation Scenario, plan a trip from Paris to Marseille, decide which transport to take and write sentences about buying a ticket, finding the platform, etc. 4 Hotel Roleplay, create a dialogue between a hotel receptionist and a guest checking in, covering all necessary questions and answers. 5 Emergency Flashcards, create flashcards with emergency scenarios on one side, e.g., a picture of a sick person, and the necessary French phrase on the other, appelez un médecin. Chapter 12, The Human Body, Health, and Feelings. Learning Objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify major parts of the human body, describe common health problems, and communicate effectively at a doctor's appointment. Express